Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Kaci Walfall about Naomi on the CW. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, thank you.
It's so exciting. I think this is pretty cool because, when the show was announced and, the premiere was coming out, you did some interviews. Now, we're 4 episodes in, a few more episodes coming out. What's the mindset like when you're kind of talking and seeing kind of the stories unfold and people seeing it week after week?
It's funny because we finished season 1 2 weeks ago. And we shot episode 4 so long ago.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how those scenes and those things are received,
Yep.
but also to kind of put myself back in the mindset that I was while shooting those episodes.
And whether you're doing interviews or on social media, more things are going to be talked about, right? Because people are actually getting to see it.
Yes.
I always found that interesting when I'm doing press day interviews and we're doing this. It's out now. People are able to see the first 4 episodes on the CW. And, we could talk about a little bit more things. But I find it interesting when it's like not out. You don't want to bring up spoilers or anything. It's kind of difficult, I feel like, for the talent.
Yeah, it's very difficult. The worst question is, not the worst, but the question that's super hard is when people ask, what can you tease about the season? It's like, I want to say so much, but... or like if the season gets crazier and I want to say so much, but I guess people will have to watch it.
I'll tell you what my favorite thing is about your character, Kaci. Naomi is a teenager, loves comic books, but she's coming of age. She's, finding out about herself and she's kind of learning as she goes, and she's got powers. So now there's she has to adapt to a whole nother world as well. So it's a little tales of two in terms of adapting, right? You're adapting as a teenager, a regular kid, and then you're adapting to the powers. I love that angle in the show with your character. What's that like playing a character like that with those two kind of aspects?
It's hard. One, well, not in a way that I don't love doing that work. I love hard work, especially when it comes to acting. But I think that it's hard because it's hard for Naomi. So you have to pull within that struggle. And, it was actually not the hardest thing to pull because while I was shooting the show, this is my first ever lead role. So while I was shooting the show, I'm also doing my senior year of high school. So I had a lot to balance and then just balancing things in my life and, work. So it's hard for Naomi, but throughout the series, she starts to get a better grip at it.
Oh, absolutely. I just feel like from an acting perspective, seeing that in the script, that you do have that kind of double life. You do have not even double life, but that kind of like that going to school, everything you have to do. And then, oh, look, the power. So there's going to be 2 kind of arcs and growth for your character in this show, naturally, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's 2 arcs. But what I also love about the show is it may not be as traditional as people think, that she lives this double life with a whole disguise at school. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with that, but I think that it takes a different spin when it comes to the world of high school and the world of superheroes.
100%. One thing that I've seen, and I'm curious what you think about this. So when I grew up, in high school and everything, comic book culture, nerd culture wasn't like popular culture like it is today. I would get made fun of if I had a Batman shirt on and everything. Now that's not the case. I'd be the most popular kid in school. People would ask me where I got my shirt. Have you seen the next episode of Naomi? They would ask me those things. I'm curious for your perspective, because I would say 5 years. When did you notice the comic book, nerd culture, geek culture boom explosion, that it became part of like popular culture? Like, it's cool to be a geek, Kaci.
Yeah, I mean it's so cool, and what I love about Naomi specifically, and she always embraces that. That was kind of the thing for her when she was living in Japan. Everyone was obsessed with Superman, and that was the thing where she wanted to be a part of that, but really she found a love within that because she relates to him. Yeah. I think I really saw superhero movies and TV shows skyrocketing was in the age of social media.
Yep,
when
pretty
social media
much
got super big, especially like the past couple of years with TikTok and everything, and how people really take those characters to heart. It's also what's the great thing about superhero shows, especially, is it's a form of escapism, because it's something, of course, TV is always, but it's something that we could never relate to, but we still relate to at the same time. Having that power within ourselves, not physically like the characters, but I think that a lot of people find comfort. Those are some of my comfort movies and TV shows.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to spin this next question away, so it's not just like, hey, what can you tease about the next episode's coming out? But, we're on a little bit of a break right now. February 22nd, it's going to be back on the CW. Is it cool for you and the cast and crew to see that fans will be able to finally see how kind of these stories that we are currently seeing are going to kind of close in and kind of see everything go? Like, is it cool to see? Like, we have a couple episodes left. We have a lot of questions about a lot of things. Is it cool that we're going to be seeing things develop in the next couple of weeks?
Oh yeah, it's super cool. I don't go on Twitter or YouTube sometimes to watch reactions, but from the things that I do see, it's so fun to see people see these plot turns, or people to say, oh, I didn't expect that. I knew her parents were sus. So to see that, and to see that people are getting it, but also people are still surprised with like the drop at the end of 4, that people didn't truly expect that. I think that is super fun, and it's always different in post. The episode looks different. We do a lot of ADR lines, or things are edited, so some storylines are a little bit different in post of the TV show.
It's so interesting you say that. I did an interview recently with someone about a movie, and they have a really cool scene where the movie takes place in the future, and they're playing a video game, and it's very interactive, and there's cool things. And talking to them about filming that, they were like, man, like, it just felt like just a regular day of just like sitting in front of a monitor, just doing it, and you see it on screen, and it's like, how was that this?
It's crazy, because with superpowers, it's so different. And the showrunner Jill and Ava, they do such a good job with that, and letting me be aware. But it's with the superhero world, sometimes you're looking at a tennis ball. Sometimes you're looking at a tennis ball, and that is your eye line, and something's shooting at you, some monsters, something's coming at you. So it's funny to see it in post, and to see if your reaction actually lives up to what it is.
Oh, 100%. This is a big question. You can give me a few answers. This might be difficult, but it's a simple question. What are some things you love the most about working on Naomi specifically? Like the people, obviously. Everyone always says, I can work with.
It's gonna make me sad, because we finished this season 2 weeks ago. Number one thing I love, there's so many things I love working about Naomi. I get to grow as a creative. I get to grow as an actress. I learn something new every single day. But the crew, I heard someone, when we wrapped, one of the crew members called it a unicorn set, which I'd never heard that before. But it's basically, it's all good groups of people together, good people who are good at their job, who work hard, and who care about what they're doing. And although that's a lot of people do these jobs on film sets, passion is where it's really, really important, and good people. And the thing about I've been on sets before. I've done guest star roles. I've done reoccurring roles. This is my first ever series regular lead role. But a lot of times you don't see people that look like you. People look like me in these big positions, who are working hard, who are great at what they do, and have this opportunity. And what's so great about Miss Ava is that she allows those, not even allows, but just like embraces those people to come on these projects. There's so many people that want these jobs. I had never seen 2 Black camera operators. And I think that is so special. And along with the cast, everyone is just good people on a great service level, and so great at what they do. But it is a family. And that is probably my favorite thing about working on the set.
That's amazing. That's a great answer. And Kaci, thank you so much for coming on Popternative to chat about Naomi and the CW. I really appreciate it. This was awesome.
Thank you.
It's coming back February 22nd on the CW. A few more episodes coming up, so look out for those. And people can follow you on social media to keep up to date with everything, right? They'll find you, Kaci Walfall, right?
Yeah, it's just my name.
Absolutely. This has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Till next time, this is Kaci Walfall, where you can catch as Naomi in Naomi on the CW, and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.